Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of Broken Theory. Today we got the homie LUNATIC. What's good?
What's good? How you doing, for nonsense?
Blessed, man. Appreciate you, bro. I wanted to talk to you and, see how you first got started with this music journey.
So started off as a kid, man. I don't know. There was just something about music that got my blood pumping. There's something in me that just liked instruments, frequencies, just got my blood, boiling.
Nah, I feel it. So at what age was that?
I can't remember, man. It was at a very young age. I grew up with a household with a lot of families. So I just had a cousin of mine who had pants and stuff, and he would just start knocking on them, just trying to make some beats or something. Yeah. So I was I was with the fork trying to come up with something.
Yep. See, for me,
so that's how I kind of started off.
Back in the days, man, they had the MTV, where they would play everything, TRL and everything. So me and my cousins, man, we'd have the brooms, and we have a little band, so it's all good, bro.
Yeah.
So at what point?
It all starts like that,
Yep. So at what point did you start making your own songs?
I would say middle school, man. That's when I kind of started getting serious. Well, not serious, more a bit more creative with the music stuff. At first, I didn't have no TV, no iPhone, no nothing, so I didn't really have access to music. Mm-hmm. I would hear it around me in the radio and stuff, but there was a moment where, I was handed a phone, and once I had a phone, I started, to find more music out. But the first artist I've ever heard to, bro, you'd be surprised, it'd be Chris Brown.
Wow. So
yeah.
Navigating the game and just knowing that you wanted to make music and stuff like that, how did you figure out the type of music that you wanted? Because like you said, you just heard your first person that you heard was Chris Brown. So did you have a phase where you went into the R&B? Did you what was going on with you?
To be honest, bro, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I just knew I liked that. I didn't even know what it was, bro. I really didn't. No one taught me this stuff. So for me, it was just there was just something about, his singing and it was R&B. But once I really looked into Chris Brown, you would find another artist or something. Yep. And that's when I kind of I like this song. Oh, I like this song. And I try to make songs similar to that.
Word. So, what's your background, if you don't mind me asking?
What's my background? Can you elaborate with me on that one?
Ethnicity.
Ethnicity?
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain a little bit for me?
What type of music did you grow up listening to? Where did you grow up?
So I grew up with a lot of Mexican music, a lot of Los Angeles Azules, Los Angeles Negros, cumbia. So hip hop was never introduced to me until I got a phone and started. I had to discover that all by myself.
Nah, I got you. So at what age did you discover hip hop?
I would say 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're hearing hip hop for the first time. You got introduced to Chris Brown. Where did you get to writing your own music?
I got to writing my music, I'd say around 11. It didn't take that long. It was a year. I don't know. I just wanted to start making music. It was something for me. It was just I started writing my own things, and I would post them on Facebook and have people react to it. They were shitty as hell, but you know what? It was something that made me feel good about it, and from here on out, I've been just kind of trying to get better at it, because I knew I sucked, but I just love doing it.
Yeah. Nah, it could be a therapeutic process, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you're making real music, you know what I'm saying? You're talking about your life experience, you're talking about things that you actually been through. It's not only helping you while you're writing it, but it could help somebody else too, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, most definitely.
How do you decide when a piece of music is ready to be shared with the world?
To be honest, I think it's just a feeling for me, you know. I don't think I don't really think you ever know when you feel. Maybe some people do, maybe some don't, but for me it's just a feeling. Like I have to know, like it's like an art piece, right? You're creating something, and then you know, you keep looking at it and it's like, yo, you know, is there something else I need to add to it? And then I kind of do that until it's like, all right, you know what? I like it just the way it is and I don't want to touch it no more.
Gotcha. So what's the process like when you're working on an album?
So the process when I'm working on the album, it depends, man. For me, it takes forever, and I'm pretty sure you've kind of witnessed it. For me to write a song, it takes me forever. Like, some days it comes in quick, some days it comes in slow, but there's something that I really took in for as in, like, there's an interview with Rick Rubin and Kendrick Lamar where there's a part where Kendrick specifically says that when you're writing a song, you really have to dig deep for that feeling or emotion if you're really trying to express that song. Like, for me, it's very special, bro. Very special. If I don't feel that way for the song, I don't think I can keep writing it because I want to give it that emotion or some that message that I feel, you know?
For sure, absolutely. And I mean, that's honestly what sets you apart from the people that just do it to do it. You know what I'm saying? And the people that actually put like their all into it. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely shows.
And don't get me wrong, it's a gift. It's a gift for people who can do that. I respect. You know, I do it here and there, but it's not the same for me. It's not the same.
For sure. How important is faith to you?
How important is what?
How important is faith to you?
It's important, fam. It's important. You know, there's a lot of things that it's important. You know, it's important to me.
Nah, I feel it. For you, what makes a good song or a beat?
For me, what makes a song or a beat?
A good song.
To be honest, anything can be a good song or beat. I'm a boom bop head, but you know, there's a lot of I'm weird when it comes to me. I listen to all kinds of genre. That there's things that I like. There's a sound. There's an instrument I really like, and it's like in the back of my head, you know.
100%.
That I really like, but you know, I like all kinds of stuff, to be honest.
For sure. Walk us through your average day. What's an average day with Lunatic like?
An average day for Lunatic, man. So an average day for Lunatic is wake up, go to work under a company. I got my own company. Do side hustles. I'm a trainer. I train kids boxing, and then whenever I have free time, I try to write or either, you know, try to hit the gym. That's my creative time, which is not a lot of time that I got, but you know, I try to make time for it.
For sure. Yeah, you gotta, wherever you can, man, you know, you gotta pay yourself forward.
Yeah.
100%, bro.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, you know, it's a lot of work being creative as an artist, you know. You gotta learn how to make videos or even writing, to me, everything, just to push it out there.
Well, I mean, for me, bro, it really stemmed from a place like I didn't have the bread to get people to do the shit for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I realized there's a difference between people that's just doing it to do it, and there's stuff that, like, you know, actually has to be done. Like, if you're gonna drop a song that you want to lead, you know what I mean, for the album or whatever, you should have a video. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time you need one, but you should. So it was like, you know, when I would ask people that I knew to do videos for me and stuff like that, you know, of course they wanted money, and I respect them for that, but it was just like where I was financially at the time, bro, like I ain't have it to give nobody. So it was like, well, I got two options. I could save up and wait until this happens, or, you know what I'm saying, I could just do it myself. And 9 out of 10 times, bro, I'm always gonna try to do it myself. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, it's a difference when you start trying to learn everything yourself, man. And I see you try to do the videos yourself and stuff too. So it's like, you know, when you cut from a different cloth like that, bro, it's just like Russ said, man, he got this song, fuck it, I'll do it myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah. Most definitely. I mean, not a lot of people are gonna be there to help you, you know. And not only that, one thing maybe it's in my perspective and in my shoes, but I've kind of learned, I didn't get really serious with this music stuff, like dead serious, because I've always done music, but I've gotten more serious than I have before. But one thing I've learned is that, everything is money, bro. When it comes to the music, everything. You got to put so much money into that.
Yeah.
And it takes up a lot of money, but at the end of the day, it's worth it, man. It's worth it.
That's how a lot of these labels are able to prey on
Labels
people that want to actually make music for a living, though. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that they don't have the money to do the things necessary.
Yeah.
And they're like, we'll put it up for you. But they don't know that they're spending their own money. So it's like, they'll put it up for you, but you still got to pay it back. And on top of that, they want, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some expense on top of it, bro. Like, interest and shit.
Yeah.
You might as well just grind it out.
When it comes to when it comes to record labels, bro, I don't think that's something I can do. I have been offered, but for me, I need to get a lawyer, hire, see the contract, and don't get me wrong, I saw what they were trying to pay me for it, and I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, yo, that's a lot. But then when you start to really look into it, they read that it's like the studio time, the music videos, like they don't really offer a lot of things. Some, it depends. The one I was offered with was not much, but it's like, I'd be stupid going for it, but am I stupid not getting it? But at the same time, I don't want to be locked up with someone who's trying to take a lot out of me,
Yeah, for sure, because a lot of them situations, bro, they see what it is that you can do, and they're like, I'll give you a little 20,000, 50,000, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not really gonna hurt they pockets like that, but it's enough to where, like, you'll spend all the money doing what you do, and if it flops, they write it off as a tax. You know what I'm saying? They write it off on their taxes and shit, and they get their money back and say they gave you $1 million deal because that's what you were supposed to get if all went well. But a lot of people don't know that, man. That's how they have a whole bunch of artists sitting on the shelf, and it's like, with that same 50,000, had you like took your time, like what you doing, and you know what I mean, crafting a project, a masterpiece, especially by yourself, you own everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when that shit does pop, it's a wrap, bro. All that money, there's no middleman in your pockets. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, bro, once I learned about the industry and how they do shady shit, bro, it was a no-brainer to like set myself up like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely. And I learned a lot of things from. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, bro.
I'm elaborating to what you were saying, but I learned a lot of that thing from Curtis King, bro. I've seen that a lot of artists are stuck right now, or don't know what to do because they're under a label. Yeah, you get money and they have money, but it's borrowed money, and to me it's just crazy right now. Maybe it's what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing. I could be wrong, but not a lot of artists right now are making a lot of money off of streaming platforms.
Not at all. What do you feel?
For sure, bro. For sure.
What do you feel like is the next step for the music industry within the next 5 years? Where do you see the music industry going, with that being said?
To be honest, I don't know, bro. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of people trying to figure out how to make money. AI's coming out. So, I can't. What I'm expecting is the unexpected, but, I can't really put much thought yet. I'm not trying to put much thought into it other than trying to move with the flow that you can get, your money, benefits, and not only that, let people, see this beautiful art that you display.
100%, bro. Any books that you're reading that have changed your life, or that you have read?
The Four Agreements. There's this other one, I forgot what it's called. It's by him as well. And then the last lecture by a dying man. What other books have I read? Not a lot of books. I'm trying to get into a lot of like the human anatomy and the way your body works and stuff like that.
For sure. Nah, that's what's up. What sacrifices do you feel like you've made to get where you're at right now?
A lot, bro. A lot. That shit has teared me down. But, we all go through something for a reason. I'm a big believer that, like I've told you before, You know, you need bad in order to know, in order to want good, you know, and it's what shapes and forms you.
Yep. You know, that's the only way you'll move into the direction that you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, like, that's the only thing that will put us in drive, bro. And it's fucked up, but, you know, sometimes that's just the way it is, bro. You know?
But it's life, bro. You know, something cruel can be so beautiful.
Yeah.
And you gotta, you know, everything at the end of the day, you know, everything dies, bro. Plants, trees, animals, you know, we die. So we gotta cherish every moment of it, you know?
Absolutely. And, you know, as life progresses, man, you just, I don't know, me personally, man, I'm just getting in a state to where I'm just being thankful and grateful for everything, bro. Just life in general, because ain't nothing promised. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we wake up the next morning, bro, somebody didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, something that we took for granted.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And
yep.
You know, it's not like these people get to say.
I'm right with you on that.
Yeah, it's not like these people get to say, you know what I'm saying, goodbye to their loved ones or anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, just being here to be able to, you know, cherish those moments that you do got, your time with your kids, your time with your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a beautiful thing, man. But sometimes, you know, we just so busy.
Man. Most beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, there's this thing that I was, you know, talking about that. There's this thing where I saw a video about, there's a story about Winnie the Pooh where there's this Chris, I forgot his name, that the guy's getting ready to get rid of the toys from Winnie the Pooh. And the hardest part is that you kind of have to come a sense to reality that there's this guy who regrets his life. Says in the video saying he regrets his life because, you know, we're so we're like, so our brain is like almost like, how do I say it? It's triggered to want you to work, you know, hard, consistently. And you know, it's okay that you do that, but there's a point where you kind of have to stop and give yourself a moment to realize what's around you, because you know, you want to keep on being successful, you know, but not a lot of people do it to the point where it's like to stop around and enjoy, because I've done it before, man. I work so hard and I forget. I have a daughter, you know, and it's like I sacrifice sometimes my time from her just so I can do something, but inside of me you start feeling that guilt. You're like, damn, I need to enjoy life.
But I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it's for a greater purpose. You know what I'm saying? If you're like trying to build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? So ultimately, in the long run, she can be better off. You know what I'm saying? I think it's well worth it, because, like, you know, I don't want my kids to have to experience any of the things that I went through. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I got to put in a little bit of extra time, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that doesn't happen, I'm down to do that. But yeah, we all could be workaholics. We all could be a little excessive with it, but just, you know, keep it in mind, man. Sometimes, you know, you got to say no. You got to make sure that, like, hey, if I ain't spend time with my kids in a minute, man, we got to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for me, it's balance, bro. Balance.
Yep.
I gotta remember to balance.
What kind of helped you realize that you needed to learn balance?
A lot of things, bro. Like life itself, you know. So I do too much of one thing. I don't know. There's just something that's in me that if I do too much of one thing is bad. That's all. That's all I need to know.
For sure.
So, you know, I just try to make sure to balance things out so I can. That's the best way I can describe it.
I dig it, bro. It's all good. How do you deal with creative block, if you ever have moments of like creative block or doubt?
You know, I do something else. Another way I can be creative. Like right now, I am working on a project, and I have a writer's block on it. But you know, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, let's see what we can do with this, like, freestyle type thing. I kind of unveil whatever's not creative to make it be creative.
Yeah, sometimes during those moments, man, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, that's when you make some of the best music. You know what I'm saying? Because you tap into something deeper than I'm not gonna say like you sitting there trying to make it relevant, but you know, you tap more inside. You know what I'm saying? And like, you make shit that people could relate to off of that, because you're talking about real shit. Sometimes you may not could write something because of something that's going on in your life, and it's like, for me, bro, it's always to like talk about it honestly. You know, it doesn't ever have to see the light. It doesn't ever have to come out. But it's like just the act of sitting there and like, I'm gonna make something. I'm gonna write something. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be finished, but you know, the act of like following through. You know what I mean? Like it just gets your pen used to being able to be applied. You know what I mean? Whenever you need it.
Hell yeah, and it gets your mind. It gets your mind. You know, it's like training your mind to do something. You can't stay comfortable all the time. You know.
Yep, for sure. What do you feel like was your biggest investment in music besides time?
What do I feel like my biggest investment was in music except time?
Yep.
To be honest, I think everything in general with music, bro. I've never put so much like beats, my time as well into the music, but mainly I would say the beats, trying to get mixed and mastered. I don't really do that stuff anymore because it takes up a lot of my time.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm telling you, like, I gotta learn how to balance stuff, because when it comes to when it you know, I gotta lose some to win some. That's the thing I hate. I gotta lose something in order to make things happen.
But when you think about it, bro,
but,
it's
you
not
know, there
something
was
that
a time
you gotta
where
hate. You know what I'm saying? It's something more or less like, you know.
You know.
Go ahead, bro.
So you know, it's just like what you're saying right now. It's I hate the word hate. I don't want to use hate, but you know, I'm a fit dude. I love to be fit, but I fucking hate going to the gym. I love writing, bro. But when I'm in the room, working on an EP or album, sometimes I close myself for a week. I hate that shit, but I love it. So it's like, it's a hate and love game, you know?
Nah, I feel it. But like, you know, this is a tactic of the rich. This is what the rich do. They buy some of their time back. And it's like the stuff that they could streamline, like mixing and mastering, bro. You don't necessarily, as long as somebody knows what they're doing and you're handing it off to somebody that you trust, you know what I'm saying? It's going to come out well. You know what I'm saying? As long as, you know what I mean, you got that relationship there to where like, if you tell them it's not right, they're going to go back and try their hardest to fix it. You know, it's in good hands. You know what I'm saying? So it's like on some shit to where you're getting that time back, that you're not sitting there for 5 hours, 10 hours with one song. You know what I'm saying? That don't equate right.
Yeah. And I mean, I think I like to see it this way too, where it's like, you know, you're handing it to someone who can probably make it creative. For me, like, I like working with different people. Depends who I have to have a connection with, but you know, you handing them your artwork and making it into something different, where it's like, oh, it's their taste, they have something they kind of want to add into, and you're like, whoa, I never thought you could do that, like, and I like it, you know?
Yeah,
I like having people being part of the art, you know, and having them display that. I like people getting credited for that.
Nah, no doubt. What is 3 of your favorite movies?
3 of my favorite movies. That's a hard question, bro. I'm not very much of a movie guy, bro. I don't. All right,
well, give me one. Give me one.
As much. One movie.
That made it harder, huh?
Jeez. Yeah, it makes it harder, bro. Cause like I don't watch movies. I watch movies, but I'm not like so into it. It's like, that's my favorite one.
I feel it.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna probably have to give you a hard pass on that one, brother. Sorry.
All good. Walk us through your process when you're creating something new. Do you have any like rituals or habits that you do, like when you're going into the studio?
I have to, you know, I have to dig deep, you know, find that emotion. I am something that's off context, but a lot what helps me is psychedelics, brother. It helps my mind be creative. You know, it lets me think thoroughly, not as thorough, but as soon as it calms down, I'm just like, all right, you know, I'm in the mood for it. You know, I'm in the mood for this. Let's get this done. Let's do it. And
word, let's talk about that for a second, man. How did you first get introduced to that?
Psychedelics?
Like mixing that with your craft.
Oh, how did I get it? I kind of started to realize it helped me out. Honestly, the first times of doing it, only because I don't know, there was so much research like done into it saying that it makes the signals in your brain, Jesus Christ, man, I'm like
rewires
blocked right now from this morning. So yeah, they like rewire them and it sends more signals to the brain. So for me, it's like I had this thing in me where it's like, yo, I can probably like, get more creative, but it wasn't the purpose of doing it. There was a different purpose why I did it, but I started to realize that I started playing it with it. I couldn't take a lot, because if I took a lot, I couldn't write, so I had to take like a microdose, and then, not sure how a lot of people know, not sure if a lot of people know, but it feels weird being on him, and once you kind of get used to him, your emotions, I don't know, for me, my emotions get a bit more stronger, so it helps me express things the way I want them to. If that makes sense.
I feel it. What do you feel like is your most memorable moment of the come up in like your journey?
My daughter, fam. My daughter.
That's dope.
I have a lot of memories with her. Yeah, it's the reason why I'm even here. It's the reason why I'm still alive, man.
Nah, I dig it, bro. Do you have a memorable performance moment?
I do not.
You haven't performed live yet?
No.
No? Okay.
I have once, but it wasn't like, I was just like a hype man, but it wasn't really like something
Word. Is that a goal that you have for yourself, or you don't really care for live performance?
Being a hype man, it's all right. I've never done it before either. It was the first time. I'm a shy person, bro. Not shy, but it's like I got so much into being an introvert. I've been so isolated. I've been home, and I'm like honestly learning how to like socialize. Sometimes my socializing battery is gone, but
I feel it.
To be a hype man, if someone needs me to, if I'm cool with it, I know their music, of course. But if it's something I don't know their songs to, and I'm just there to be there, it's like,
not necessarily being like a hype man.
It's a very weird situation for me to be in.
Nah, I mean like performing your own music.
So for me, like if it comes to performing and stuff, I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's something I've never done, but I definitely want to do, just because I've never done it before, and maybe in the way I picture it in my head can be different from what comes to reality. But to let people hear my music live performance would be something I look forward to.
Yeah, that would definitely be amazing, bro. Who would be an artist that you would want to like open up for if you had the choice?
I think it would be like my top person, and not that it would be possible, but it'd be either J. Cole or Kendrick.
That would be fire.
Yeah.
Who's the most surprising person that ever reached out about your work? Like maybe even like said something, congratulated you or anything like that?
Fly Nonsense.
Oh, word.
You, brother.
Hey, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that, man. For real.
Yeah. You're the one who reached out the most, bro.
I appreciate that. What would you say is the most frustrating part?
I appreciate you, man.
No doubt.
The most frustrating for me, it would be I don't know, when it comes to being an artist, bro, I feel like I'm a big believer where it's like, something, being an artist is crazy, man. It's crazy. Like I feel like mentally it's a beautiful thing, but I feel like it eats me up from being creative, because I have to be creative in so many ways that it's to me, it's like, I don't know. That's why I called myself lunatic, man, because I feel like we're all lunatics. I'm a lunatic. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Mentally, I'm just like, holy crap. Like, trying to make my words, anything I say, I try to make it as precise as I can be.
I dig that. What's a question that you're constantly asking yourself as an artist?
Yeah.
Like maybe throughout your whole process.
If it's good enough.
Word.
Not just for the people, but for me as well.
And how do you kind of figure that out for you? I know you said earlier like it's a feeling, but like is there anything that like maybe you go to like one of the homies or like, you know, you play it for somebody, you know, what's that process like?
I think it's just mainly off of me. I don't really show anyone anything only because I don't know, you sometimes you get an energy that you really don't want, or something they want you to change, or it's like, oh, that's nice, and you know, and I don't really have a lot of like homies to show the music to, other than my lady. You know, she likes all my songs, but you know, it's like I personally, I like to keep it a secret.
Yeah.
And then I just, you know, I'd be like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna display this, you know, this is good enough for me to let it out. It's finished just the way I like it. And then, you know, I think a lot of people have this feeling too, where they have a fear of displaying something that they're scared that they get, you know, critiqued for. But you know, I think it's a step. It's a good step to get over, of, you know, not being afraid to show that, you know, artwork, because regardless, someone's gonna say something.
You know, some of the greatest art in the world.
Someone always got something to say.
For sure. Some of the greatest art in the world, you know what I'm saying, they make you pick a side. You either hate it all the way or you love it all the way, but you feel something from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether that be, you know, it triggers some old memories or whatever, and you don't like it because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel something from it. And you know, I feel like that's the artist's job. What's a moment that you felt most vulnerable with your art?
The moment I feel most vulnerable? There's a lot of moments, to be honest, where it's like I feel like I can't reach to where I want to get, or I don't have the right knowledge to do things I want to do. You know, I try to always, I'm gonna do it. I like to do it myself. Like, there's some reason, I don't know, there's something like I gotta figure it out.
Word.
As well as, you know, there's always, you know, good people like you who I reach out to, you know, but, you know, for me, it's I felt vulnerable a lot of times making music, but I like it because there's something to express out of that.
For sure. And I think, honestly, in those moments to where, like, you know, you are taking a chance and you are being vulnerable, bro, that's the thing that connects you with the fans, because it be the ones that you like put on the album that you're like, man, I don't know about this, but like something's telling me just put it on the album. That be the one that the fans connect with the most. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I love this outro, I love this song, and you're like, damn, I put it at the end because I ain't like it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're definitely gonna get some good and bad. I've had it a lot of times where some people don't like it, you know, and some people do, and that's something I kind of like already came to an agreement with myself. Like, you know, not everyone's gonna like your artwork, and I don't think it matters at the end of the day.
Nah, it don't.
You know, as long as I'm happy with it, I'm happy with it.
For sure. What does success mean to you as an artist, and how has it changed over time?
Success for me as an artist is being able to just kind of live a bit more freely. Not just like consistently working, but enough for me to have time for my family, time for me, and it's like I said, it's a balance to have enough to do everything, you know.
Word.
That's to me success. Not being, I don't know, there's something about like I don't want to be crazy famous. I really don't. Although I just feel like you won't get the privacy, you know. It's just kind of hard being this person that you have to be on top of things. You have a busy schedule.
Word, I feel that.
You know, I just kind of want to be to where my music feeds me.
Nah, I get it, bro. We got less than 30 seconds left, bro. Is there anybody you want to shout out? Anything you want to say is coming soon?
So what would be next for LUNATIC would be an EP coming out called Hypnosis. I got Mick Jenkins, Vel 9, El Camino, Tenny Andres, and Fly Nonsense, the man himself, working on this project. as well as Who's Music, who's mixing and mastering. That's about it from what I got coming next, as well as some other songs, but you know, it never stops with me, so that's what I'd like to shout out.
Finesse, baby. Finesse, baby.